already, the excitement and the energy that I was feeling from her, that it is 2021. We do know that 2020, we was supposed to be crystal clear vision and vision this and, seeing things perfectly. In some respects, 2020 still delivered that. It brought an opportunity for us to level set and recalibrate and really get back to seeing what is truly important, and allowing us to bring a sense of gratitude and level set some of the things that we thought were more important, but to bring us together in a way that we perhaps never imagined. At least I never could call a global pandemic, a brink of an economic pandemic, the impact that COVID-19 had on different communities, pandemic, and all the pandemics plural, with the continuation of seeing the consistent and continuation of injustices that we saw across the country. But what I can say, that even in the middle already of the first month of 2021, for me, there's still far more blessings to count than there are not. And while we are still picking up the pieces and still pivoting and adjusting to accepting a new way of life, per se, what I can say that today is a day of celebration for all of the hard work that the Diversity Leadership Society Council did, and all of our members in this donor network did collectively. So officially, good afternoon. My name is Jasmine Johnson, and I am one of three co-chairs that serve alongside each other and alongside of all of our Diversity Leadership Council members. And a special shout out to Amy Linder, who is the president and CEO of our United Way. And thank you to Samantha Mitchell and all of the United Way staff that support us in the work that we are doing, not to just reach our campaign goals collectively across all of our corporations, but to do what we do to improve the outcomes of our community collectively so that we all can live united. On behalf of the Diversity Leadership Society Council, we are thrilled to share a virtual meal with you all today. So if you haven't already Googled or searched, in your inbox, Seamless, and if you haven't ordered your lunch, it is definitely the appropriate time to do so. And for those that brought your lunch to this virtual luncheon, thank you for sharing a meal and breaking bread with us as well. We have so many exciting updates to share, but before we do, I'd like to invite my fellow co-chairs, Grady Crosby and Devona Wright Cottrell, to say a few remarks. First and foremost, Grady Crosby, please take it away.
All right. Thank you, Jasmine, for that. Congratulations again on 40 under 40. I think it would be great just to be under 40 again. But to be one of the top 40 folk under 40 this year has to be doubly exciting. So congrats on that. And again, a huge thank you to you and Manpower Group for sponsoring our luncheon today. So as Jasmine said, if Grubhub hasn't pulled up to your house yet, make sure you get your order in. But we thank you all for being here. Again, my name is Grady Crosby. I'm the Vice President of Public Affairs and Chief Diversity Officer at Johnson Controls, and have the pleasure of being one of the co-chairs of the Diversity Leadership Society. And the reason why we do this is to thank you all for what you do, for holding us up, holding our hands up to be able to do this work. It's even more appropriate as we are on the eve of the Martin Luther King holiday that, we focus on our work here in terms of removing and reducing barriers for employment. One of the work streams, if you will, that Dr. King fought so hard for. And the thing that we have to remember is that one way that we honor that legacy is by continuing that work, because we know that the work is still unfinished. It's ironic that some of the same issues that were being championed and fought for in the 50s and 60s are the issues that are being championed and fought for in 2021. But somebody told me not to be weary in well doing, that in the end, we will reap good rewards if we faint not. Talking about good rewards, we have another member co-chair with us here today, and that's Devona Cottrell, who is the GC over at GMR. I'm going to mess that all up, marketing, but she can get it straight for me. But Devona, again, we just appreciate her energy and everything she brings to the team. And I want her to say hello to you and also tell you thank you as well for your being here today. Devona?
Thank you, Grady. Yes, I am Devona Wright Cottrell, the Chief Legal Officer and General Counsel for GMR Marketing, LLC. Thank you all. And as Jasmine and Grady has stated, none of this would be possible without all of you. As we all know from the things that occurred last week, good and bad, the events of last year, there's more work to be done, and we are not finished. And I'd hate to say we would never be finished. My hope is that one day, my 9-year-old daughter, when she is participating and engaging in her community in the way that we are, or my 14-year-old son, when he is participating and engaging in the community in the way that we are, that they will not be grappling with the issues that we are grappling with on today. And the only way that that remains possible is if we keep our foot on the ground, we keep our feet to the fire, and continue to move this work forward. I believe we have done some incredible work in the short time that we've been in existence. And there is a lot more work to be done, and I believe we can get it done. Everyone deserves to live and be able to make a sustainable living wage. Everyone should be able to do that with dignity and respect. And that is the work that we do. That is the work that we help to materialize, and the work that we do to help make that a reality for others in our community. So thank you, and we can't thank you enough. Thank you to my co-chairs. Jasmine, congratulations again. I'm with Grady. It is great to even be under 40. So congratulations, and appreciate all the work that you have done and are doing in our community. And Grady, thank you so much for the work that you do alongside the two of us, for always continuing to keep the pockets of JCI open. So really appreciate that. But again, it's because of all of you, and we're greatly appreciative for the work that you do. And with that, I will turn it over to Samantha Mitchell, and she'll provide some updates on the progress that we've made thus far.
Thank you, Devona, Jasmine, and Grady, and thank you all for your leadership. And good afternoon to everyone. I'm so happy to see all of your faces. I am grateful to be here today, and I am so excited to share these updates with you all. My name is Samantha Mitchell, Engagement Manager of Diversity Inclusion Initiatives here at United Way. And during our campaign, you all heard the powerful story of Margaret, how she refused to let the barriers to employment define her, and how a United Way partner played a key role in her life. These impactful stories continue to be shared, and it's because of you all, donors and volunteers, that United Way and the Diversity Leadership Society is able to make life-changing impact on the well-being of our community members. United Way elevated our Reducing Barriers to Employment and Advancement initiative during our 2020 campaign, which resulted in over $500,000 in corporate sponsorships and matches, as well as astonishing campaign fundraising totals. I'm gonna ask my co-chairs if they wanna help me with a drum roll, because this is huge. Drum roll. So I am so excited to share that to date, the Diversity Leadership Society has over 700 members and has raised over $3 million. Yay. And of those dollars raised, over 1 million has been designated specifically to our Reducing Barriers to Employment and Advancement initiative. Amazing is literally an understatement, and I am so overwhelmed with joy at those numbers. And of course, numbers are not final, so I am excited to see where we end up this year. Thank you all for that. I want to highlight two corporate partners that have played a key role in us achieving such success: Johnson Controls and Manpower Group. And I'm going to invite Grady to share how Johnson Controls, how Johnson Controls has contributed to achieving the success, and how the 3-to-1 business match attributed to our success as well. Grady?
Absolutely. Thanks, Sam. Sam's definitely the glue that keeps this all together for us at DLS. So we appreciate you so much. I told you I'm the Chief Diversity Officer at Johnson Controls, so we are certainly concerned with making sure that our employees have an environment where they can thrive, that they're treated with dignity and respect, and have an opportunity for advancement, and making sure that our workforce reflects the communities and the segments that we serve. But we also believe in creating economic equity in our communities as well. So we want to see Black and Brown businesses succeed. And we believe that this work that we're doing through this initiative with regard to Diversity Leadership Society and reducing barriers to employment will continue to contribute to this pipeline of talent that's going to help take our diverse businesses to the next level. Johnson Controls has always viewed our commitment as a leader in this supplier diversity space as critical to our own success as a company, as well as to the success of our customers as well, because it creates resiliency and competition and innovation within our supply chain.
What are you doing?
Actually, since 1993, we've spent more than $22 billion with certified women and minority-owned suppliers globally. We have included more than 300 diverse and historically underutilized companies into more than 30 product and service procurement categories to support our customers' solutions. And just recently, over the last year, we spent more than $342 million with certified diverse businesses, despite the challenges that COVID brought. So in light of our continued commitment to diversity, justice, and equality, we were pleased to continue to extend our 3-to-1 diverse business match for this United Way campaign. And of course, what that means is that for any new and/or increased gifts from female-led or minority-led businesses, those gifts are not doubled, but those gifts are actually tripled. Yes, I said tripled by Johnson Controls, up to certain amounts, with a total program match of $100,000. Now, of course, when those companies donate, those funds go to United Way in whatever manner was designated with United Way, but those matching dollars go to the Reducing Barriers to Employment and Advancement initiative. And want you to know that in case you were late to the party, we're still matching up until June 30th of 2021 until the dollar amounts that I talked about have been met. So I want to thank you and everyone for your commitment and your ongoing support to move some people into the workforce with some old and new employment opportunities, reducing and removing employment entry barriers. We all know has the power to transform lives for generations to come. You and I may never see the total harvest, if you will, that's going to be reaped through the work that we are doing today and that we're supporting today. But it takes individuals like you, the people that are on this Zoom meeting today, with the tenacity and the foresight and vision to know that our work won't be in vain. We will not only change the trajectory of lives, but we'll also change some perceptions of people about those that are entering the workforce. We'll change some attitudes, and we'll ultimately end up changing some rules for employment engagement for generations to come. So with that, I want you to hear again from our friend Jasmine, who's going to talk to you even more about Manpower Group Supplier Diversity fundraising efforts. So Jasmine, take it away.
Thank you so much, Grady. And for me, timing is everything. And not just timing, but his timing, and coming to Manpower Group 2 years ago and the work of the Diversity Leadership Society that, myself alongside you, Grady, and the leadership of the United Way and those Diversity Leadership Council members who helped build this initiative out 5 years ago over several campaign cycles, and to see at such a short amount of time the amount of impact that we've been able to build collectively and collaboratively in our community. And so, long before I joined Manpower Group and leading supplier diversity for North America, this work had begun, and the work is still so important. When I talked about timing, but being able to be a part of an organization whose life work every single day is to put people to work all across the globe, and the importance of supplier diversity programs in order to still build the economic capacity of those small communities that we have footprint in all across the nation is equally important. And so when Grady talked about the impact and commitment that Johnson Controls has into how they are boosting the economic impact through their supplier diversity program, and we see it evident in their contribution with the 3-to-1 match. One of the things that Grady left off, he had issued me a challenge, so last year we were able to clear the board of his 3-to-1 match. And not only did he commit to bringing it back, he more than doubled it by raising it. He was like, I'll raise you to the $100,000. So he's definitely given us a little bit more bandwidth to be able to support diverse businesses in our local community, but also being able to raise that for the 3-to-1 match. So thank you so much, Grady, for your commitment, and to Manpower Group, who saw the importance of the alignment, and to our community impact leader, Nafisa Burdine, who really was an amazing collaborative partner to kickstart the Reducing Barriers to Employment and Advancement for this campaign cycle with a $250,000 gift to help and assist reducing those barriers that we all see from an employment standpoint, but also the advancement piece. So for those of us who are in our particular roles and positions, having a commitment to call out the attention that the employment barriers as well as the advancement barriers do exist, and having a committed conversation around that. If we could go to the next slide, just reiterating Manpower Group's commitment and partnership to the United Way, celebrating 30 years is absolutely amazing. And we have partnered with over 400 certified diverse suppliers in our supplier diversity program just last year. And why it's important to us is that we understand that not just ensuring that people from a diverse background have the equity and opportunity and what comes with the power of having a job, but it's also important to make for sure that we are advocating every single day for those small and diverse owned businesses to have an opportunity to participate in the supply chain. So at this time, I would like to bring forward one of our partners in good, Hetal Parikh, the president of Rangam Consultants Incorporated, who she and her company had the commitment as a Kickstarter donor. Every year for the last 18 years, Manpower Group has had a supplier diversity forum, and we bring several hundred of our top diverse suppliers to our global headquarters. But of course, 2020 forced us to go virtual. But even then, and with all that even small businesses were enduring last year, the Rangam family still stepped up to the plate. And every year during our supplier diversity event, we have a fundraiser that specifically goes to benefit our local United Way. And the last 2 years, it's specifically gone to support the Reducing Barriers to Employment and Advancement initiative. So I want to invite my partner in good, Hetal Parikh, to speak and to share a few remarks on the importance from a lens of a diverse supplier. Hetal?
Thank you so much, Jasmine. It's such a great honor for me to be here in this platform where there's so many incredible leaders that have come together for the greater good, and really thinking about what can we do, how can we make an impact, not only in the society globally, but also looking at our community and how can we foster and nurture those relationships and bring barriers to employment and reduce those barriers to employment. So it's such a great honor for me to be here today. As you know, Jasmine, very well what our organization's mission is. Our mission is to promote meaningful employment for everyone, and that inclusive of people with disability, autism, and we take great pride in developing innovative solutions around those areas on how can we create a system, processes, and structures that can really connect that incredible talent to work. And we are extremely proud that what we are speaking about today, the partnership that we have had with Manpower Group for over 7 years, has really elevated our organization to be able to be in this position that we are here today. I'd love to just share a couple of stories. And one of the stories that come to my mind at the moment is, as you mentioned, many diverse suppliers were impacted. And in fact, several women in the workplace, the statistics have just recently come out, I believe it was yesterday, where majority of the work or employment that was lost were with women. And so many diverse workforce individuals from different intersectionality and suppliers have been impacted. But I would say we have been very fortunate to be in a position where we can create jobs, help foster those relationships with partnerships like Manpower Group and Johnson Control. Johnson Control happens to be one of our clients as well, where we support them on all labor categories. And it is through those nurturing relationship and partnership, channel partnership, that really helps to bring that greater good and impact that we're all working towards through these organizations as well, right? So what are some of the stories that I can share with you in terms of how, even during the pandemics, where we have been able to create an impact? Specifically where it relates to people with disability and autism. We have been able to increase and hire people even during the pandemic by at least, I would say, 30% more than last year. And that is incredible position that we can be in when we have these opportunities to work with large corporations that have such great initiatives and understands the benefit, right? So what are some of the key benefits as it relates to working with diverse suppliers and having a diverse workforce? Many organizations understand those key benefits, and some of those I can just highlight here today are innovation, innovative products and services. Our organization is a key example. Our slogan is empathy drives innovation. So through empathy, we are able to become creative because small diverse suppliers are known to be agile, nimble, flexible, and all those characteristics really bring great solutions in the market, brings in innovation for our large corporations where they have some objectives and goals, and in various industries, not just including pharmaceutical and healthcare, but there's various industries that actually create products that are utilized by diverse individuals and folks in the community. And so being able to have that effect on the socioeconomic and being able to impact the economics in the world. We all know where the uncertainties of our world has brought us today, right? However, we're all remaining resilient. We're all working towards having a positive attitude. And those attitude and that mindset is what really makes a difference in how we can continue to move forward and continue to have those areas where we can elevate. And with that, I want to just close my remarks by thanking everyone on the call here today by coming to the table and really listening in on how they can be part of this incredible mission. And Jasmine, once again, congratulations on being that 40 or 45? Again, I'm not going to really I would say, release my age here. But yes, Grady, as you just mentioned, it'd be nice to be 45 again, right? So with that said, I greatly appreciate the opportunity to be able to give back to the community. And it was an honor for us to be part of this incredible mission that Manpower Group and Solutions bring forward, and really integrate suppliers like us to be able to have these opportunities to not just innovate in the world, but also make a difference. So thank you, everyone.
And thank you so much. And what I will say, me being under 40, those days are definitely numbered. Pisces season is quickly approaching. And, the importance of collaboration and, connectivity. So for those of you who are listening here in the greater Milwaukee market, Rangam Global headquarters is out east. So to be able to have a partner, to see the amazing work and the importance of reducing barriers, and to be having the willingness to invest in a campaign and an initiative with the partnership through Manpower Group, and with Johnson Controls being a customer of theirs as well. This is what it's about. It's about living united long beyond just our geographical footprint of greater Milwaukee and Waukesha County. And I will say, the importance of supplier diversity, looking at the region of choice. So we all know that not only are many of our corporate organizations hosting and holding United Way campaigns every single year, the majority of our companies have also signed the pledge to be committed to a region of choice to increase representation of African American and Hispanic employees from a manager level and above by 2025, and still having an increase of representation of that reflection by 15% as well. But the region of choice recently, added to that strategy by, lending their support to take a deeper look at building the capacity of small, diverse businesses. And in order to be a region of choice, it's not just diversifying the workforce, it's ensuring that all businesses as well have the opportunity to do so. So I would challenge each and every one of you to do a little bit of digging and research of your own prospective company supplier diversity programs. But even with that, take a conscious note of how you are circulating and recycling your own personal dollars, and how you are individually supporting small and diverse businesses as well. As we go to the next slide, it's just a quick, glimpse of through the 2020 Manpower Group Supplier Diversity Forum, inclusive of the Kickstarter donation from Rangam Consultants, Inc., we were able to raise, in a global pandemic, in the first time going virtual in history in 18 years, $10,000. And when we matched that to the 3-to-1 match gift from Johnson Controls to diverse businesses, equated to an increase. It took that $10,000, made it $21,600 to that increase or new gift from the 3-to-1 match, for a grand total. Next slide. I would love for Hethel for our virtual check presentation. And the very last slide shows that our commitment that went into all of the hard work for the Diversity Leadership Society members, and what we raised for the totality of the campaign, of a total of $31,600. So thank you so much, Hethel, and to all of those diverse suppliers that participated in our fundraiser. Of course, Grady, thank you so much for that 3-to-1 match, that you are continuously having that commitment. And of course, to the United Way staff and all of our DLS council members, and the 700 plus strong that assisted us to be one of the top donor networks and circles for our United Way. With that, Samantha, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much to you, Jasmine, Manpower Group, Hethel, and Rangam Consultants. It's because of you, donors and companies like you who believe and support our work, that keeps us going. It allows us to fund agencies like Employ Milwaukee, Metro Go, and the Milwaukee Community Business Collaborative that are doing the programmatic work around reducing barriers to employment and advancement. So thank you, thank you. Before I pass it to Devona to close us out, I'd just like to share a few success stories. First, You all might be familiar with our holiday giving treat efforts, which encourages supporters to donate $30 to purchase a gift for community members in need during the holiday season. To date, we have spent over $27,000 at small local businesses to fill community wishes. That's about $1,000 gifts. Of that, 14,000 has been spent specifically at Black and minority-owned businesses, as well as LGBT certified businesses, totaling over 500 gifts, which is so amazing. Thank you to everyone who has donated to that initiative. Last September, we held our 5th annual Success Starts Here Men's Job Seminar virtually in collaboration with Manpower Group. One of the benefits of moving to a virtual platform is that we're able to extend our reach during the live event. And after the event, because of the recording, to date, we were able to reach, or the recording has been viewed over 4,000 times, which is just amazing. And days after the event, we received an email from an attendee that had just been offered a supervisory position. That update really just blew us away and really brought this work full circle. First, we want to get people employed, but the other piece is preparing folks so that they're able to advance within their workplace. And there are always such amazing things that come out of this seminar, and I am really looking forward to this year's event. Additionally, this year, our Boys and Men of Color initiative, which is led by Shannon Reed, is preparing to elevate financial literacy for Black and Brown boys in our community. So please stay tuned for the new and improved website and more updates on that. Finally, United Way is a proud partner of the national expansion of the successful MKE Fellows Program in partnership with United Way Worldwide. The goal is to support 25,000 young men of color, particularly Black men, through the Young Men United initiative to successfully complete college over the next 10 years. Last week, the NFL announced 13 new grants to nonprofit organizations across the country, totaling over $95 million to support closing the digital divide as part of its social justice initiative to inspire change. United Way Worldwide is one of the grant recipients and will work with local United Ways to provide mentorships, internships, college and career readiness supports, and need-based funding to support each student over the course of 6 years, beginning their junior year of high school and through college. And the updates keep coming. There are so many exciting things that you all can look forward to us continuing, and new things that will happen through this year and beyond. And I am going to pass it to Devona to close us out, but I just wanted to say thank you all for being a part of this work and for believing in our mission. Devona?
Thanks, Sam. So again, thanks, Sam. Thanks, Jasmine. Thanks, Grady. Thanks, Hetal. All of the work that we're doing collectively, as well as your organizations that are doing to help move this work forward, is just greatly, greatly appreciated, meaningful, and so well needed. I'll share a personal story to bring home a little bit around how all of the work that we do around not just gaining employment, advancing in employment, supplier diversity, and having a livable wage. It's one thing to have a job. It's another thing to have a sustainable living wage. It impacts how you show up at work. It impacts, your production. It impacts how you think. If you're able to be innovative, how committed you are, it impacts all of those things. And I have seen this play out in my personal life. So I have a sister who was, like me, very well embedded in the community. She worked 2 jobs, but passion areas that she loved in social services, 2 master's degrees, and then unfortunately had an accident in January of 2018. And that accident led her to be a quadriplegic. And so you go from fully functioning, contributing to society, passion work, and then you're having to rely on someone to take care of you 24/7. And we almost at 3 years to that injury, She, of course, needs personal care workers to help take care of her. And so in 3 years, she's had 20 individuals to come in and out of her home to have to feed her, clothe her, bathe her, all of her personal care needs. And this is because many individuals in that industry and in that sector don't have a sustainable wage. How can you expect someone to come and do all of those things for $9 and $10 an hour? How can they be vested in your health and your needs when they are trying to figure out how they're going to feed their families when they leave your home? Or how can they be vested when they have 2 other jobs on top of that? So the work that we do is very important work. We heard Grady mention millions, and I think he said $1 billion number in terms of supplier diversity. And reason why I say full circle is with all of that my sister and I have endured, our family has endured, it's a minority-owned business that helps her to be able to keep her dignity and respect in the sense of helping her to be technology connected. So she's still connected to the outside world. She's still able to help people. She's still able to use her computer, her iPad, her iPhone. And that was a minority-owned business that helped her to be able to do that. So again, the work that we do is incredibly important. We need to continue to push forward. It will never be done. The investments that we are making and that we have seen in reducing barriers to employment and advancement is up. It's on an uptick. We've seen an incredible increase in interest in that initiative, as well as Diversity Leadership Society membership. You heard the report out there, 700 members strong. That is amazing, amazing. When you think about a part of United Way that's only 5 years in existence, and to grow to 700 members is pretty incredible. So this shows us that the community is aware of the work that we're doing, and that they're committed to investing in this critical work. We look forward to the momentum continuing through 2021. We can't let our feet off the pedal. We have to continue to push and grow this area for 2021 and beyond. We're excited to continue funding agencies who are doing the programmatic work around reducing barriers to employment and reducing barriers and advancement to employment. Because as Samantha stated, advancement is important. It ties into the work that Jasmine talked about earlier with the MMAC. We can't expect for someone to come to a job and stay in the same role and be able to be successful for years and years on out. So that advancement piece is incredibly exciting. And so you'll find more information about this work on the United Way's website. So please stay tuned in. Please go to the website, look at DLS, and click the link that talks about this work to learn more information about it. With that, I have a few announcements to make. So next Tuesday, we invite you all to join United Way and Reggie Jackson from Nurturing Diversity Partners at the virtual event, Dr. King's Work and Legacy, a Fight for and Equitable Wages. And there should be information in the chat that will allow you to register. So visit the link that has been added to the chat box that will allow you to register for that. You have to be our advocates. You have to be our mouthpiece. You've been doing an incredible job of that, so continue to do that. We really appreciate you as a team. And then finally, last but certainly not least, follow United Way's social media feed on MLK Day, and we will announce our Linda McFerrin Award winner. And so please stay tuned for that. Please stay tuned in. Lastly, thank you all for the work that you have helped us to do. Thank you all for your participation today, and have an amazing weekend.
Bye.
Bye-bye.